Welcome back to Florida Man Sports. My name is Jacob Hopkins. The Dallas Mavericks took on the Minnesota Timberwolves for Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. And to say that a team ran away with it is a bit of an understatement.
Alright, it's time for this episode's installment of Glazing Luka. Let's start off with a step back three from way downtown on Anthony Edwards. And Luka would finish this game with 36. Luka was absolutely unstoppable. Oh, you want to step back from the free throw line? Sure, you can have that too. You want to see Luka think that he's Paul George back when he was on the Pacers? Logo 3, or as we say nowadays, Caitlin Clark. Well, Luka was absolutely insane. He was able to just pretty much hit a three whenever he wanted. He had 6 threes tonight. He was 6 for 10 from 3. That is 20% over his average. And then let's not forget about Kyrie. He also had 36 points tonight. Kyrie was really good at getting to the basket after taking, pretty open passes or really just good passes from Luka all night. He was able to create his own space, knife through traffic, and then get to the rim. And then let's also not forget about how Dallas was up 29 at the half. It was 69-40 when we got to halftime.
The Mavs would end up taking this one 124-101. Yes, that's a 23-point difference, but the Mavs were up by over 30 for a majority of the game. So now with the Mavs taking that game, they win the Western Conference Finals, and that puts them in the NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. So we now have our matchup set, Boston out of the East, Dallas out of the West. Dallas has been battle-tested all throughout this postseason. They got 2 MVPs that they've played against the Clippers. That would be Russell Westbrook and James Harden. The following round, they get the second best defense in the entire NBA, and also the 1 seed in the Western Conference, and the runner-up in the MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They ran through him no problem. Then they got the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Defensive Player of the Year, the face of the league in Anthony Edwards, and of course the best defense in the league. And, well, they ran through him in 5 games. So we know who the Dallas Mavericks are. But then we go talk about the Boston Celtics. Yes, they are the best team in the league, at least based off the regular season record. They have been nowhere near anybody else this season. But we don't know what they look like in the playoffs. They have not been challenged at all. They played the 8 seed Miami Heat in the first round, who were missing their best player in Jimmy Butler. In the second, they got the 4 seed Cleveland Cavaliers, who were missing their best player, Donovan Mitchell. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, they played against the Indiana Pacers, who shockingly were missing their best player in Tyrese Halliburton. So maybe their regular season success could lead to them winning the entire thing. But my money's on Dallas. They're going at plus 175. They're the underdogs. Dallas is used to being the underdogs. And speaking of being the underdogs, let's go ahead and talk about what's been happening over in Tampa. Because, it wouldn't be Florida Man Sports if we didn't talk about those last 2 games that Tampa's been involved in. Because they've been pretty fun toward the end of the games.
We hop right into the top of the 9th. Pete Fairbanks on the bump for the Rays as Zach Geloff hits a high drive to center field. Jose Siri ranging over. He leaps and he robs a home run. There's not many spots at Tropicana Field where you can rob one, but Jose Siri finds a way to range over and moss Randy. We now head over to the bottom of the 9th. You'll never guess who comes up. It's Jose Siri with Michael Kelly on the bump. Runner on third. Jose Siri with a line drive into left field. Nobody's home. Ball game over. Rays win 4-3 with a walk-off from Jose Siri. And then we go to the following game. This one's last night. Mason Miller, who has been the best closer in baseball to this point with a 102-mile-an-hour fastball, might I add. It's Jose Siri who ties it up in the bottom of the 9th. We now sit at 4-4. Mason Miller gets busted up. And as a reference to Jenny Kavner, the Oakland A's announcer, I guess it may have been series night. And then we go to the bottom of the 12th where Richie Palacios will send a runner home. Jose Caballero will score. Ball game over. Rays win 6-5. And if you like Papa John's pizza, don't worry. The Rays just made sure it's half off today.
That's code RAYS6 when you go on the Papa John's app. There's no sponsor, but I just love Papa John's, and I love it when their pizza is half off after the Rays score 6 or more runs. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching Florida Man Sports. My name is Jacob Hopkins. This has been Florida Man Sports, and remember, it's not stupid if it works. Have a good day, everybody.